Hi there, this is Jackie from Bloom Property Management, and I'm here today with Fiona Foxall from Photos, and she's my photographer and makes all our rental properties look amazing. So let's ask Fiona. Fiona, why do you recommend professional photography for rental properties?
Because we have a good camera gear, and so we can take like 3 exposures and blend them, so you get that outdoor exposure, your mid-room exposure, and then your overexposure, which when you blend them all together makes the house look nice and light, more like what the eye sees, whereas a conventional camera doesn't do that. So you get the dark shadows or you get the blown out windows.
Excellent.
So that's one reason.
So you get to see the view as well as what's inside of the house all in one photo?
That's right, and I think what's outside the window is very important because that's what people always do when they walk into a room. You always walk up to a window and look out it. So I think if you've got trees outside or a bit of a view, you want to get that. And then the other thing I think is just simply we know the angles. We have a wide angle camera, a wide angle lens, and so we can make a room look nice, whereas other cameras don't have that, and so they make them look smaller.
That's a very good point. Excellent. Because photos are one of the main things that people notice when they're scrolling through for ads, isn't it?
Very much. And we live in an image-laden world. Everything that happens, there's an image of it, or no one's going to read about it, or we make massive judgments on imagery that we see. We're trained on it since we're little kids, and so when you see a good picture of a house, that's straight away you're interested. If you see a bad, shadowy, badly taken iPhone photo of a house, straight away you're thinking, yeah, I'm not so sure about that. So, these are sort of subliminal things that everybody does.
Fantastic. Now, one of the things that you add is doing virtual staging. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, so that's where obviously you have an empty house like the one we've just done, and so empty houses can look a bit cold, a bit lonely, a bit not so inviting, and people often too, maybe they don't have the imagination to think, oh, where would I put my stuff? So when you virtually stage it, put nice couches in with cushions and a dining table and perhaps a plant here and there, that just suddenly makes it a home instead of a cavernous room. So you need that, because again, sometimes it can give people ideas of where they can put their furniture, but basically it makes it more homely.
Fantastic. So one of the things I know people are worried about is what's the cost of a professional photographer. Now, I find with rental properties, people get to use them over and over again, and that makes it more cost effective. What's your thoughts on rental photography versus houses for sale?
Well, yeah, very much. I think rental photography is much more handy because, as you say, you can use it again and again. I mean, unless something radically changes about the property, if you have it for 10 years, you could use it for 10 years. Obviously when you photograph it for sale, that's it, the house is gone, and that's just the one time you get to use it. So yeah, definitely more handy, more cost effective.
And you also do walkthroughs and drone shots where applicable?
Yes, sometimes that's more than you need for a rental property, but often New Zealand has a lot of properties up on banks, and there really isn't any, that's the facade that's the most attractive, and so you really do want that shot, and looking at it from the street can sort of look like you're looking at a monster house. So you really want, if it's got good balconies, good decks, you really just sort of want that nice down on it shot. So it does depend on the property. Not every property needs one, but certainly, or if you've got a lot of ground, you've got lots of gardens, and especially if it's tiered gardens up the back, as you often see, or land looks better from a drone than it sometimes often does when you're standing on it.
Fantastic. Any other thoughts?
No, I just think I often compare getting good photographs with when you get married. If you have your cousin do your photos, with their little camera, and then versus getting a professional, in the end, which one you're going to be grateful that you did. Because at the end of the day, images are everything. There's an old expression which is, if you don't have photos of it, it didn't happen. And I think that's not exactly true with property, but if you don't have photographs, people have just got nothing to anchor onto, and so get some good ones. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So that was Fiona from Photos talking to us about why professional photography is important even in rental properties. If you've got any more questions or want Fiona's details, I'll put the details in the link below.